one more.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
My name is Sid Goff, and we've read in the news that Santee is expecting a casino. That is what I'd like to speak about. I don't have the time in 3 minutes to cover everything I wanted to, so I'll just hit some high points here real quick. There'll be a criminal increase, according to statistics, of by 8% from the present into the future. Don't just look at tomorrow, look at the days after that, right? Because of the state park, is that why it's safe? Or the gated communities, why it's safe in certain areas? Will Santee change as a fishing destination? Will farming change? The same visitors, will they want to come to Santee? Or will Santee, Cooper Country, just become another gambling destination? And things that weren't on the radar before, such as human trafficking, will that become an issue? Because there are statistics. A paper in the Review of Economics and Statistics from 2006 by Harvard and MIT published an in-depth study, Casinos, Crime, and Community Cost, which shows crime activity in the casino county and adjacent counties increased, and this included aggravated assault, rape, robbery, larceny, burglary, and auto theft. Only one category went down, but 6 or 7 went up. The infrastructure, not just sewer, those things we think of that way, sewer, electric, gas, and such, but need for other infrastructure like more EMS, police, sheriffs to take care of these things. Who's going to pay for the cost of the increase in crime? Everybody. Everybody will pay. The cost to house criminals, the cost to the justice system, which is already overloaded. We're building a new courthouse. Plus the cost to individuals, as noted, will go beyond Orangeburg County into our neighbors' counties and neighborhoods, Calhoun, for instance. And we have to have a skilled workforce for those positions, or the low-level jobs will be what Orangeburg County residents are employed in. Because to run those machines and everything is going to take higher skills. We need to support our right to farm bill here in South Carolina like we are right now. Premium Peanut is building right behind one of the 20-acre tracts that was purchased. So we need to support our literal bread and butter, or bread and peanut butter in that case. There are questions. Some states require that casinos report percentages of payback as a matter of record. Will South Carolina require that? Will the citizenry get to vote as a change on a statewide referendum, or countywide even? Where are we going to be in that matter? You need to ask these hard questions. Weigh the fruit, count the cost, and think long-term, not short-term. Yes, there's money there, a lot of money, but it's going to run out. And when you do the division between the number of counties and the 750,000 plus students, how far is that money going to go? The lottery hasn't paid off and held its end up either.
Thank you, Mr. Goff.
I'm stepping out of my position as a media person. My name is Harvey Elwood. I've been to casinos. Have you? Have you ever been to one?
No, sir.
Okay, well, there's a place called Oxon Hill. See, it's hard to give a comment about something you don't know much about. Now, you should be speculative and gather statistics, but a doctor cannot work on somebody unless he examines the person. You got to look at a thing and see it and know it and understand it. Now, there's a place in Maryland on the other side of Alexandria, Virginia, called Oxon Hill, Maryland. They have an MGM Grand Casino there. And everybody in that area is sufficient because of that casino. Our farming community, the people that make eggs, butter, and milk, and everything else, we're talking about $50 million annual coming in the form of revenue to this county. We need that money for jobs, security. You talked about increased crime. We'll have more patrols. We'll have more law enforcement. We'll have more everything because we'll have the money to cover it. This council will be responsible, and we as citizens will be responsible to make sure that the allocation of those dollars go back to meet the needs of that community. We had a chance in the 1960s when I'm not going to call them dumb, but when the backward-minded people who were here then said we don't want Disney. Disney would have changed this place. It would have made this place more viable than it is today. A lot of things we don't have here. The federal government is cutting money out. We don't even have local money for local projects. If we can get a program like that here, it's the same thing that Husqvarna has, or the same thing we have on 26. What do we have down there? We got Volvo down there. We got Boeing down there. Where does the workforce come from? Outside this place. If we don't have the skilled laborers, you build an organization like that here, people are going to come here, skilled people, knowledgeable people, people highly qualified. And you know what? It'll make us step our game up. It'll mean that we have to meet the qualifications to meet that industry. If we don't have it, we won't be able to do it. And others will come here and replace us. You do get that, don't you? This is a serious situation. This ain't nothing to play with. We're talking about jobs and our future. And I'm standing up here for it. I know what Atlantic City is. I know what the current president tried to do. He wasn't qualified because he didn't have the best heart of the people. That's why Atlantic City failed, because they didn't have highways around it. We got 95 and 26 as corridors of goodness. And if we use them properly, if it's enforced properly, and if you go to Oxon Hill, you'll know what I'm talking about. Go to a casino somewhere else. Be a qualified expert and understand what they're doing. Then you have a better understanding. Come up here and talk about what is and what isn't. That's what research is. Thank you very much.
I agree with what you
Any questions?
Oh, there's no questions. We take comments. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you so much. If there's no other, we will close the public comment section and we'll go into our regular agenda.